What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah, and you're watching this video on Sunday, November 24th, 2024 at 10:50 a.m. MST. This week, Alston is my extra, and I am the ordinary. Back in 2021, Alston and I sat down and we were chatting and having a very honest conversation with one another. Both of us were going through a lot of very difficult things, and we're finding it hard for our heart to maintain hope and encouragement through the season. It was just very heavy. And as we talked and got towards the end of our conversation, I remember Alston said to me, I'm so glad to hear that there's someone else out there who's suffering too. As soon as he said it, he pulled back and said, man, it's kind of a strange thing to say. I hope that's okay, but that's what I'm feeling. It was so beautiful to engage that with him, though, and that Paul in Philippians chapter 3, verse 10 says, I want to know Christ, yes, to know the power of his resurrection and the fellowship in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death, and so somehow attaining to the resurrection of the dead. And so I think it's so beautiful that when we share with one another authentically from our hearts about the sufferings that we're undergoing, that there's actually an encouragement to our hearts to know that there's someone else out there who understands what we're going through. So in that conversation, I encouraged Alston that it was not only was it okay, but that it actually brought me encouragement to hear that he was with me in my sufferings and that he too could identify with what I was going through. It says that Jesus was a man of sufferings, acquainted with grief. And so it's so beautiful to know that Jesus can identify with us in our weaknesses, but not just being in our sufferings and not having hope, but that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character leads then to hope. And that we have this beautiful picture of Jesus walking through that process and bursting into the hope of heaven. That now he's anchored in heaven, that he's an anchor for our soul in the midst of hard times. So my encouragement to you is that if you're in a time of suffering, not to just think that you need to keep that to yourself and just grin and bear it, to share that with someone else, that we've investigated in other videos before, that we're to bear one another's burdens in love and so fulfill the law of Christ, so that we actually bless one another when we invite them into bearing our burdens with us. And that likewise, that when you share that you can meet someone on the other side who will join with you and have fellowship, koinonia with you in the midst of your sufferings. My encouragement to you as well is that through sharing your sufferings and your process of the things that you're struggling with, being honest, that you can encourage others who are likewise suffering and may not be talking about it. That there's a false sense of oughtness in not being honest and authentic with one another of what we're suffering through. That somehow we think that encourages people more than being honest with them and vulnerable. I was super encouraged by my conversation with my friend Alston. I hope it can encourage you as well, and that you can find another way to press into receiving grace from Jesus and imparting grace to others. If you subscribe to what I'm doing, hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. And if you loved this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots, and I'll see you in the next video, which starts now. Oh, man. Yeah, 2021, super busy. Oh man, it's Tuesday of the week and I'm just now recording my video, pressing in to perseverance. Maturity, completeness, and wholeness. Maturity, perseverance must finish its work so you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Alston, I love you. Thanks for doing life with me, brother. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And man, I want to do the Gaboons prophecy video revelation, but it's gonna take time and intentionality. And this week is so incredibly busy.